Last week, Ireland experienced another anti-immigration riot. It happened outside City West Hotel in Dublin. The hotel itself is being used to house asylum seekers while their cases are being processed. The spark was lit when an asylum seeker was arrested for assaulting an underage girl. There is not much information on the details of the case, and commenting on ongoing investigations is restricted in Ireland, so that's not too surprising. Regardless, the following day, around 2,000 protesters clashed with Gardaí outside the hotel. There were 6 arrests as well as some injuries. A Garda car was burned out, and fireworks were used to attack police. The riots then dragged on for a second night, leading to more injuries and arrests with a crowd of around 500. You get the picture. It was bad. Riots are uncommon in the Republic, but this has been changing over the last 3 years. Since 2022, Ireland has been receiving more than the EU average of immigrants, and this has fueled anti-immigrant sentiments in the country. Economic problems such as the housing crisis have also heavily contributed. Weird and insane conspiracy theories online have also exasperated the problem, with world-famous gobshites such as Tommy Robinson and Elon Musk chipping in. The last 3 years has also seen a rise in far-right activism and parties within Ireland, although they haven't been able to transfer that energy into political seats. As of 2025, there are no far-right parties with representation in the Dáil. That's Parliament. So in that regard, Ireland differs greatly from mainland Europe. But riots have begun to take place and probably will continue on and off again for the foreseeable future. It goes without saying that this sort of rioting is pointless and only hurts the communities it occurs in. Rioting to kick out refugee applicants who have committed no crime is also racist and illogical. The man in question at that stage had been arrested, and the rest of the refugees at City West had not done anything wrong. It's depressing beyond belief to see my city in flames for such bigotry, and it's even more depressing that they're being boosted online by far-right spanners. But the worst aspect of this movement is their vision for Ireland, if they indeed have one. It is based on a reactionary attitude that cannot meaningfully fix any of the issues the country is facing. It can only make things worse. Trying to return to a past that never existed is the opposite of any definition of progress. This narrow ethnic-based nationalism they espouse is a political dead end. Not that figures will ever be able to persuade angry people, especially reactionaries, but according to the CSO, the number of immigrants moving to Ireland has fallen over the last year. As RTE reported, and as you can see on this CSO graph, there was a 16% decrease in the number of immigrants arriving in Ireland in the 12 months preceding April 2025. The total for that period was 125,000 people, of which 31,000 were returning Irish citizens, 25,000 were EU citizens, 5,000 were UK citizens, and the remainder were from other countries. This means that the net number of migrants, after you factor in those who have left the country during the same period, was around 60,000. This is a 20,000 reduction from the previous year. So for the people who feel we are receiving too many, just know it's already going down. The reason for this change is multifaceted, but it also fits into a larger EU trend. Through dubious means, such as using bordering non-EU countries as essentially refugee camps, irregular border crossings are reducing across the EU. As you can see with this economist graph, some routes have dropped more than 50% this year. While there are serious moral issues with this approach, it may be having a knock-on effect in Ireland. This also undermines the whole conspiracy that the EU has an open borders policy and that Europe is being quote-unquote invaded. It is being invaded, but by Russia. Anyway, regardless of the changes this year, the truth is that since the 19th century, migration is becoming increasingly more common around the globe. More people live outside their birth country today than ever before. In Ireland, we know this all too well. This trend is only going to continue with variations, fueled by factors as wide-ranging as climate change, economic insecurity, and curiosity. You can either accept this reality and create a fair system to address problems that arise, or you can retreat into reactionary nationalism. This doesn't just apply to Ireland, but the world more broadly. Burning down your own city because you want people punished for simply being foreign. Again, the people inside City West hadn't committed a crime, is more akin to an attempted pogrom than a reasonable protest of concerned citizens. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Leave a like. It's much appreciated. This is my first time making a video about immigration, but I do cover Irish politics more broadly. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my others. I'll see you next time.